Welcome back to Conversations with Boston School Psychologists, building safe and supportive schools one conversation at a time, where we spotlight the people, practices, and partnerships behind behavioral health and school psychologists in Boston Public Schools. We're honored today to have Laura Shachmut. Thank you so much for joining us, Laura.
Happy to be here.
Awesome. And so, Laura, can you tell us a little bit about your professional background as well as your professional interests?
Sure. So I have been a school psychologist in Boston for the past 19 years. I've worked at a lot of different schools within the district and have primarily served high school for the majority of that time, being in the secondary setting. Some of my professional interests, I have so many professional interests. A few of them are systems work. I'm so interested in how our systems translate into, productive services for our students. I'm also really interested in PBIS and interventions at a system or school-wide level. And I'm also really interested in equitable discipline, especially for our most complicated students.
Very interesting. And so, some of you may not know that Laura is going back to school for her doctorate. Is there any of those interests that you're going to be studying in particular with this?
I am going to have to narrow it down.
Yeah. Can't do a dissertation on everything, right? Okay, so why don't we back up a little bit, and why don't I ask what led you to school psychology in the first place?
Yeah, it's a good question. My mom was actually a psych examiner, so she did cognitive testing in other settings like juvenile detention facilities and such. And actually, when I went to college, I had no intention of doing anything psychology related. But I took a psychology class and I liked it. I ended up majoring in psychology. And then after that, I found a grad school that had a school psychology program. I did not really know what a school psychologist did, I think, when I applied for that program. But I had read on a website that school psychologists are the people who connect students, families, and schools. And in some of my other jobs I was doing at the time, I was doing some of that already. And I thought, okay, this sounds kind of like something I might enjoy. And I did, and I do.
Isn't it so funny how so many of us got into school psychology not fully understanding what it was? I feel like not even until my practicum in the second year I was like, okay, this is what I'm doing. I get it now. Like, it's one thing to have homework assignments about the WISC, but now it's like, okay, I see it in practice, and we're evaluating students, and we're doing all these different skills we're being trained on.
It's a common story.
Yeah, for sure. And so tell me a little bit about some of the strengths, some of the opportunities and challenges you faced as a school psychologist.
Sure. Working in Boston affords me a lot of privilege, I think, working in a department as strong as ours and working with so many talented and knowledgeable people. One of the amazing things about my career thus far has been being surrounded by these people and never feeling like I have to know all the answers. I can reach out for support. I can brainstorm with colleagues. That's been amazing. The challenges, of course, are probably not unique to Boston, but time and resources is what it typically boils down to. When I started, our role was really just assessment with some counseling, and the way our role has changed over the years has been amazing to watch.
Mm-hmm. And so you are also a leader in the department in that you are chairing the communications committee. And do you want to talk a little bit about your leadership work as well?
Sure. I love the work. Somebody once told me that really good leaders let people do the things they want to do and they kind of get out of their way. And I've been invited to participate in things within our department because I'm interested in them. So the communications committee is something I enjoy. I enjoy visual design. I enjoy thinking about the system of communicating with others. And so I've been fortunate to kind of been allowed to take on that role because it was something that naturally interested me.
And then you're also a leader in your schools as well, right?
Sure. We do lots of different things. School psychologists wear many hats. Within my own school, I lead certain teams and, manage certain things. Depending on your administration, sometimes that role changes year to year. One of the things that I've been pretty consistent with is helping lead SST, helping lead Tier 1 support team, really focusing on the climate and culture of our building and trying to make it a positive and equitable place for everybody.
Oh, that's fantastic. So can you tell me some of your career highlights or milestones that you're super proud of in a way that you made a significant impact on either a student or a family or a community?
I have so many stories.
Awesome. That is great.
It's hard to narrow
Choose
them
one.
down,
Uh-huh.
right? There are always so many very special students, but the one that's coming to mind right now is a student who just graduated this past spring, and she and I worked so closely together over her time at the high school. And it became one of those things where everybody knew that I was one of her primary support people, and to be sought out as somebody, oh, that's her person. She can work with her. She's going to know exactly what to do was rewarding in a way that's hard to describe, I guess.
That's fantastic. So why don't we close on what are some of your future goals? I know you're going back to school. You are going to pursue some of these many interests that you have. What are some of your future goals as a school psychologist? And of course, what kind of keeps you motivated and hopeful as mental health is often under-resourced, and what keeps you going in this field?
One of the things I'm really lucky to do that definitely keeps me motivated is supervising students. And so I've been a supervisor for our university students for a number of years. And I love doing that work. I love seeing the students come in, and they come in with their own questions and their new knowledge. And so that definitely is one of those things that keeps me motivated. I hope to make some waves in the world. I hope to solve a few problems. I would love to come up with some systems that will address inequitable consequence systems and find better ways to serve our students. And it's not unique to me. I think most of the school psychology world feels the same, but I hope to do it.
Yeah, that's great. And it seems like you have a really strong passion and a lot of interests that are fueling your job. So that is wonderful. Thank you so much for joining us today. And thank you, the viewer, for watching Conversations with Boston School Psychologists, building safe and supportive schools, one conversation at a time. Please follow us on our socials, Boston School Psychs, and visit our website, bostonschoolpsychs.com, to learn more about our work. Join our next conversation to learn more about resources and tips for creating safe and supportive schools. Thank you so much.